There's a little rumor out there about a document, and usually when you have a document that circulates around the internet a lot, I got deep suspicions of it. That Greece will have a scheduled default on March 23rd, 2012. Now, I'm going to examine this because I'm taking it serious, you know. I don't know, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions right away. Now, this document was out for a while, so it's been out for about a week, and we know that Fitch, whatever it was, Fitch cut Greece rating, sovereign debt rating by 2 notches from triple C to C, leaving it just 1 grade above formal default. This was February 23rd, 2012. Now, look at February 23rd, 2012. They cut the rating, but everything was signed off with what they have to do. So you're watching the silver markets are kind of related to the general industry, general economy. They are. There's no doubt about it. But if there really is a Greek default on March 23rd, silver should tank. It should. That's what should happen. And I'd like to determine if there's some validity to that rumor that's out here. They're talking about there's a sprint to ensure Greek default is avoided. Obviously, that's been going on. Instead, it kicks off a month-long sprint to ensure all pieces are in place in time to avoid a default on 14.5 billion Greek bond that comes due on March 20th. So maybe this was from Godlike Productions, and I have no idea who the people are that actually put out this website. I'm not sure if it's legit or what. It's got to me, this is kind of like, well, forget about it. I won't discuss what I think about it. I'm not really sure what to think about it, but a written document giving firm dates and detailed actions for planned Greek default has been in the possession of 2 top Wall Street bank currency trading bosses since the second week in January. This slog has separate but collaborative sources affirming the existence of the document and a conviction among senior bank staff that, at least at the time, the plan represents a timetable, not a contingency. The plan gives a firm date of March 23rd for a default to be announced after the close of business. So what the hell is March 23rd? March 23rd is probably Friday. Great. That would make sense, obviously, but you really don't know what's going to happen between now and March. Now, looking at this silver chart, just using real simplistic common sense, it's been in this range so much, bouncing up and down, in this range right here. Let's give it a rough 35.50 to 34.24, real rough. So possibly I'm thinking silver could bounce, so I went into a little bit more of AGQ. Well, if that stuff shows a profit, it's going goodbye. Now, I am really debating to be more and more into cash because I'm getting a little more worried about this junk with March too, and you know what? You can make money if you're short, but that's only if you're doing it at the right time. Now, a lot of times when everything's down like this, the dollar index is down, the Dow is down, the Nasdaq's down, all the metals are down. Sometimes you have a bounce the next day, right? Sunny weather, rainy weather. So I bought some more AGQ in here. But I did that protective triple leverage short in the other account, and I got out of more than my almost half. I got just a little bit more than my PSLB position for Sprott silver remaining. I am not too sure about silver right now, and it might be a volatile month in March. So I'm going to watch these news events carefully and maybe make, I still have core positions in commodities, basically. I still have it in Sprott and in the other account, and I also have it in, rare earth metals, agriculture, palladium, copper. Copper took a hit today. So, when I do these protective shorts, it's really just to help minimize or slow down some of the damage, because I'm basically bullish on commodities, which I think are going up. I think that's good, solid advice because it's something coming from Jim Rogers and Mark Faber. But if we're going to get nailed here in March, and I am not sure, because anytime there's an internet rumor that has a secret information from sources and they can't, if I knew about this stuff and it was like really secret and it wasn't out on the internet, I would more or less might believe it. I might. But when something's on the internet, I tend to really doubt anything secret on the internet. So, who the heck knows? But a written document giving firm dates and detailed actions for a planned Greek default has been in possession of two top Wall Street banking trading bosses since the second week in January. Now, I'm not going to take this not like it's not serious, because there was rumors about the markets all crashing in Europe in October of 2011. I thought maybe, possibly, but I didn't really see any particular reason for it right then at the time. But we might see some market fluctuations, and I will act accordingly as quickly as possible. So, my plan is right now for AGQ. If this thing bounces, I am not holding. If there's a gain, goodbye. Goodbye. That's what it is. Now, with AGQ, you double leverage silver. Yes, that phone does erode. It doesn't erode as insanely as USLV. When I was running some examples and I was messing around with examples on a spreadsheet, and it does not erode that bad. So even if you held it a few months, you're still ahead versus holding shiny silver coins, which is still a good thing to do, or holding PSLV. It's because unless Sprott's going to give you back your 25 for 30% premium, and I should have been reading into that a little bit more and sold that stupid thing when it had a 30% premium. But I think, if you bought AGQ when the silver was $28 back in or below that, and even that, you would have been up a good 50% from the end of the year. So, if I am believing that silver is probably, I don't know if it's going to have a good month this month or not. I think it's going to have an erratic month, which is kind of like every month. It's erratic. So I'm going to hold basically bullish positions on commodities and silver. But if I see any kind of problems where I think it's going to get hammered in a day, I will make a bet to get a gain in some area that is contrarian to what my main holdings are. If I could predict silver on a daily basis, I will. And right now, I think there is a little bit of predicting value in the news stories if you're paying attention to them very carefully. And but the problem is when you have a gain like this, and actually more importantly, a short like this would have been beautiful. And that's why I'm paying attention to this internet rumor that's out here. And we know that Greece is already one step above default. And you never know. It almost looks like this year so far, it's almost like silver is going like the opposite of last year. Actually in the end of 2011, it was like the opposite of the end of the fourth quarter in 2010. And this is a stupid reasoning, but it is. That's what's going on. And we had a climb in January, and actually we had a decline in January of 2011. And this is where we had our big bull run back last year in this time frame. And silver just does whatever the hell it wants, right? But I'm taking this story serious, and if anybody knows anything, I'd like to know. And I'm going to watch this carefully because maybe it is a time to short silver. But even if this story is correct for March 23rd, that does not mean that silver can't go up here, then crash. And that's usually what it does, right? It fakes you out. So let's, but if I see a gain on AGQ, that is gone.